All right, chapter 18, Friends and Enemies. The only real enemy any man has is the man he does not understand, and the only man to really fear is the one who is afraid. While it is true that a man can be judged by his friends, it is no less true that he can be judged by his enemies. A weak character does not have enemies, but only those who pity or despise him. A declared enemy is not necessarily a source of constant danger. He is better than a false friend and need not be an object of hatred. In fact, many enemies can be admired. The man who seeks a friend without faults or one without weaknesses and failings will never have a friend, and he who declares his enemies to be hopefully evil is a liar. A man may be poor in worldly possessions, but rich in friendship, for true wealth is not the accumulation of lifeless things, but the possession of firm friendship. The greatness of a man may be assessed according to his friends, but it may be measured even better according to who are his enemies. True friendship is not given its proper value in times of prosperity, and fair weather friends grow wings when the winds of adversity blow. Though misfortune reveals the friend, it also discloses the enemy. When misfortune strikes, false friends scamper like rats and enemies gather like vultures. No man can attain full spiritual development until he has learned to respect the rights and views of others, help others along the path, and the right way will be pointed out. The nature of man is such that while it always tends to resist force and compulsion, it will always yield to gentleness and persuasion. Force is the last resort in the acknowledgement of failure. Power in the hands of a man in all ways strong is always good, but power in the hands of a weak man is a menace. A friend is capable of inflicting greater hurt than an enemy, but both should be chosen with equal discretion. Yet wounds inflicted at the hands of a friend are more to be desired than hypocritical embraces of an enemy. Let experience be your guide. He who has tested honey knows it to be sweet, while he who has tasted the fruit of evil knows it to be bitter. Do not take a fornicator as a friend, or you admit a wolf into the sheepfold. Enslaved by his urges, he will never be constant and always a weak reed to lean upon. As a dog leaves its kennel to return to its vomit, so is a fornicator drawn back to the woman with whom he relieves himself. Genuine friendship between man and woman is said to be impossible, but this is the talk of weak characters, of whom many burden the world. When the relationship of love between man and woman is hallowed as it should be and elevated far above sordid relationships, between the two there will be a place for friendship. Do not be lukewarm either in friendship or enmity. For the strong character reaches out afar in all directions. Not all enemies are personal ones, for those who oppose the cause for which you fight are also your enemies, as are all who oppress the weak and lowly. There is everlasting enmity between those who serve the cause of good and those who serve evil, and there can be no reconciliation between the two. To compromise with evil means contamination of the good.